Okay, so what's the issue? There is no issue. There's been no issue this whole time. So now I just wasted. I wasted my breath again. I hate wasting my breath. I don't have too many breaths. We all have a limited amount of breaths. Okay, and today being big old Desy's birthday, right? It's Desy's birthday. So does that mean that we're gonna be fucking up and on, throwing fireworks in it? No, we're not. We're not. We're literally saying, okay, it's yet another year, yet another thing of less breaths. I got less breaths now than ever before. We're running out. Until they invent the infinite life machine and the cryo freezing or whatever, I don't know the science of it. I am not Bill Nye the Science Guy. Until they invent anything like that, which could possibly happen, but they have to. You know what they have to do? They have to beat humanity destroying itself. What's going to happen first? Are they going to invent the infinite life machine, or is everyone going to get fucking wiped out for one reason or another? I'm not pointing fingers. I'm saying, oh, it's going to be because of them. It could be because of anybody. I mean, think about this, right? Everybody has fucking nuclear weapons. Like, how many countries have fucking nuclear weapons? A lot. All right? And now, everyone's saying, oh, we're the good guys. Oh, we're the good guys. And, you would think in an age of, like, the internet and shit, where everyone can kind of communicate, and now we got tools to say, like, hey, like how they used to have, like, the chicken dilemma shit? What's it called? Prisoner's dilemma? They had this shit of, like, oh, I don't know what you're going to do. I have to assume that you're going to try to fuck me in the ass. I just have to assume that, because if I say, hey, here's flowers for you, and then you do fuck me in the ass, then it's like, oh, well, that was a dumb decision. And now I'm your bitch. And now I gotta listen to what you want to do, because you set the rules. Because you assumed that I was gonna fuck you in the ass, and then I gave you flowers, and unfortunately we know. And I'm not saying that everybody should just go around giving each other flowers. But, what about, like, just, like, a nod? Like, yeah, okay, cool, hey. Like, I don't want any problems with you. Russia, China, whatever the fuck, and then China to America and Europe, UK. Well, why can't we be? It's like, why can't we be friends? But, like, why can't we be acquaintances? I'm not talking about humdy bumdy. What's it called? Kumbaya. I am not talking about kumbaya. I am not saying get the guy in there in the office who's gonna be like, we're gonna do kumbaya, because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, but there's other shit of, like, yeah, it can't be kumbaya. Therefore, we must always live in, and you never know what these guys what they're doing. They could be doing anything. They could be fucking doing anything. Am I gonna live the next 30 years of my life, saying, I would have enjoyed this Sunday, and by Sunday I mean, like, the ice cream Sunday or the date Sunday. I don't give a fuck. Enjoy whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Just enjoy whatever you're doing. If you get the boba tea, if you're sticking those little boba things up your ass and that's your hobby, good for you. If it brings you a sense of, like, joy and spiritual fulfillment, good for you. I'm glad that you found your calling in life, because guess what? Everyone looks at that guy. Imagine being that guy at Thanksgiving, or gal, or they. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm trying to be as whatever. But it's a gal. No, but then that makes us okay. It's a guy. That's it. And it's a guy. And if that's a problem, then send me a DM that I won't read, and you won't see this anyway, because I'm still talking to a wall. I'm still talking to a wall over here. So it's not like I'm not actually talking to anybody. But in the event, whatever. It's a guy who likes to stick the little boba tea things up his asshole. And that's and he reads, the Kama Sutra or some shit. I don't think that's in there, but, like, a book like that. Say, like, there's the Kama Sutra is the one that that everybody read. It was the big hit. It was like the fucking it was like the Star Wars. And then there's, like, the guy who was doing kind of like a Star Wars. Oh no, I'll give you a better example. It's like E.T. It's like the E.T. So the Kama Sutra is the E.T. Everyone's like, have you seen this shit? Have you seen the shit that they're doing in here? Why weren't we thinking of this? Hey, come over here. What are you doing on Saturday night? You're not doing anything? Because we got some things we could try out, you and me. And, I've never looked at it, so I'm going off of what people have told me, or with, like, the general vibe of what that shit is. That's just what I'm going off of. I will crack a peek one day. Maybe we'll do that on this pod. Should we do that right now? Let's put that as a note for a note. If we run out of shit to say, which is rare, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I am not in the mood. I don't want to discuss things. I don't want to do an inner dive. I've run out. The train has run out. The train has run out of fuel, coal, whatever the fuck powers it. Today it's going to be, fucking, some natural, it's going to be run on, Steve Jobs, ashes. Steve Jobs' ashes is going to power all the trains. And I know you're saying, but that was one guy, and that's like literally a fucking cup. They're gonna find some way, and you know what it is? They'd fucking lie to you. It would be like it would be a bunch of things like they would figure out how to like just slaughter like the Chinese people making all the devices, and like put it in a giant vat, and then just say, oh, it's Steve Jobs' ashes. That all the liberals be like, oh, he's from beyond the grave, and he's blessing us with whatever, and then because like all they would have to do is just put a thing in front of it for people to believe that shit. Because then that would be a way of them like not having to think about the way they live, because that's at the heart of that. And I'm getting political. See, like, why am I getting political? It's not, but it's not political. It's people. It's not they're at this point on this bullshit spectrum, which doesn't exist. It doesn't fucking exist, and there's no point on that spectrum that isn't full of shit. Every single fucking point of it is. But with regards to that's the point on the spectrum where it's like, hey, we can have all these nice things that come at the expense of somebody else. But I don't have to fucking think about that, because I tell myself a nice little story. We make a little TV show. We make a TV show about it, where it's like inspiring this or inspiring that. Because that's all you gotta do. You gotta make a TV show. That's what The West Wing was. I'd never seen a fucking episode of that shit. But I know, because the way that people are talking about it now, and they're like, oh, but this guy wasn't this, and he wasn't suited, and that just wasn't the way. It's like, why? Yeah, it wasn't the way that it was in that show. Because now reality has to mold around that fucking show, because that makes you feel comfortable. Instead of reality just being fucking reality, and you having to contend with that. Maybe you have to contend with reality. Just I'm just throwing that as a thought out there. I've already forgotten what I was supposed to write down. This is why I wanted to write it down in the first place. What was I? Oh, Kama Sutra. Explore Kama Sutra on camera. Not. Let me rephrase that. We will explore the thing on like the browser, which will be on a camera. Not like, I'm not going to explore the positions in there. If there's solo shit, I don't know. Is it a solo thing? Is it you need a partner? But if there's a solo section and it's like, here's all, throw your left leg over your neck and your right leg over your head, and then you let your imagination run wild from there. If that's the case, I'm not gonna do that on camera yet. If maybe we'll start a Desy OnlyFans. We'll see how we'll take this piece by piece, because I'm here to see, I'm here to go with the flow. So if there's money involved, if it's like, hey, you can get $50,000 a month. From who I don't give a shit. So long as they don't show up at my front door. So long as I don't get doxxed. So long as my address doesn't get out there and it's like, oh, that guy who fucking, who did that incredible Kama Sutra shit, where I'm trying to think of more things, but really legs, head, right? Legs, head, balls, dick. Like, what else can you, like, how else can you contort yourself? Arms? Maybe you see that guy who went, elbow deep into his own asshole on camera because it said so in the Kama Sutra. Here's his address, okay? And he likes to go out and get a cup of coffee at about approximately 11:30 in the morning. That's the time we get him. And then so I want to avoid that. But hey, look, but again, I have a price point because I'm a human being. So give me a little level, say $50,000 a month. $50,000 a month. I'm not shoving my forearm on my ass. That's not going to happen. There's certain things that have to be out of the. A lot of ass shit is going to be out of the equation. I like to leave the ass to its main purpose. I've heard that leaves a lot of things on the table. So be it. But again, if the money's, we would probably have to draw lines. If you're talking about $500,000 a month, maybe then the forearm goes up there. Maybe. I'm saying maybe. That's an asterisk. That's not a yes. It's not. I don't make promises like that. I'm a 24 hours guy. I told you this before. I need to see how I feel about things. Because I can say it on the spot, because I say, oh, $500,000, that's fucking great, because I'm just canceling out all the debt. I'm buying shit in my head. I'm saying, oh, I'm gonna fucking buy a house in fucking Albania. I said Albania already. We got to pick a new spot. I'm buying a house in Sao Tome and Principe. Sao Tome and Principe. I'll buy the biggest fucking house in there. Is that like what's the real estate market like over there? Is there like a guerrilla war going on? That's the island, right? It's the island off of Africa. Is there guerrilla warfare going on there? Even if it is, you know what? Something exciting. If he's being in a fucking basement, I would be the first to fucking go. Or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe they'd be like, you clearly. I mean, I don't know what the demographic makeup is there. But even if there was like a lot of white people there, Maybe they're the ones getting slaughtered, so maybe I'd be the first to go. But maybe they look at me and be like, you're not from here. We can tell you're not from here. So I don't know whether to shoot you. Like, if I shoot you, like, you could be somebody's son. You're probably not. If you're somebody's son, you're going to be dressed somewhat, like you respect yourself a little bit. Which I do. This is a proof that I respect myself, because I don't need my attire to flaunt some image of like, oh yeah, I this is what I think of myself. No. This is what I think other people think of me. This is why I have to wear this stupid fucking thing that's uncomfortable and make my balls sweat. Whereas here it's like, yes, what you see is what you get. That's about as self-love as I could possibly think. Or maybe they're saying he's actually, maybe they've seen this too. Maybe some fucking, some banker type, some dude who owns some shady fucking Swiss Cayman Islands, whatever the fuck, is maybe his son who grew up, with everything, like his own personal fucking gumball machine in his room. Maybe he was the kind of kid who got like he got the PS5 before everyone else had the PS2, because there were like 3 prototypes ahead, and he just got the instant VIP on tray. These kind of kids. What was that show? What was that movie? Richie Rich. Or maybe it's like Richie Rich shit, where he's like, he has like a fucking a basketball court in his fucking bedroom. And but he doesn't, but he realizes that that's all a shallow bunch of shit. In addition to being the fucking greatest life you could possibly live, he's like, I won't get rid of the basketball court, but I do want to kind of mingle with people who are beneath me, because I'm just tired of like these guys named like Winchester. Like these guys named Winchester just fucking like all these butler types, and it's like you're from Kansas, you're from fucking Oklahoma. You're from Oklahoma and you're going, it's not natural. It's not natural. Where did you learn that? So you're full of shit. Like I need something more real. I'm gonna go with the kids in the Sandlot. And the Sandlot kids say, "Hey, rich cunt, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here." Would you like? What's wrong with the baseball field in your fucking in your living room? What's wrong with that? What was that song? That Nickelback song? Bathroom. The bathroom I could play baseball in. What's wrong with the bathroom you could play baseball in? Richie Rich. Leave us fucking broke ass kids alone. Teacher, leave them kids alone. I'm getting so many copyright things. Again, the bots are going up. The bots are saying, this guy's pushing the limits. Because it's all owned by like fucking 2 people, right? There's 3 companies that own all the rights to all this shit. And they got it back when some artist was fucking starving, throwing some chords together because he didn't want to work a fucking regular job. He's like, oh, I don't want to do construction. I want to sit around and go, and the war and the world has changed, and blah, 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 blah. And then some guy in a suit comes on and says, hello, kid. That sounds pretty good there. What do you make a week? $200? How about I give you $700? And the kid's like, holy shit, $700? $700? You fucking kidding me? That's a deal. And you get your $700. You buy whatever that is in fucking. I'm just picturing 1960, 1970. You have to think inflation is way. You roll inflation back to 60s and 70s. Inflation was big in the 70s, so go with 60s, 50s, 50s. Put that shit barbershop shit from the 50s. So it's not Zins in War. It's fucking and like 5 guys going the Des tones. And now the Des tones are some guy comes by and says, hey, you got a killer sound there. How'd you like to make $1,000? And then they think they fucking killed it. And little do they know that one of these Des tones guys, it's a 5-piece, but one of these guys is gonna fucking split off. Because he's a genius. He's like one of these schizophrenic types, but like, so he's always on the edge. He's just teetering, but he just has fucking hits upon hits buried in his soul, right? So, but they signed this deal, and they're like, hey, we'll give you this $1,000 so you can go around in whatever car. Could you buy a car for $1,000 in the 50s? I don't know the rates, and I'm not trying to do mathematics right now. That's not where my head's at. I'm okay, but the thing. So you go around with thing. But then they say, oh yeah, for the $1,000, not only do we get like your next fucking 10 albums and all the recoupables, we gotta recoup that shit, right? We gotta recoup. That wasn't free money. So the thing comes out and it sells like hotcakes. Oh, we sold 1 million. Des Tones sold 1 million records. That means 1 million times, whatever. And again, I don't want to do fucking math, but just for the ease of thing, 1 million times 10 million. Okay, now we get whatever fucking royalty off of that, and they're like, but we gave you the $1,000, and then and then because of this code, and then this thing, and we also get your next 10 albums, and we get spin-off, whatever the fucking shitball deal that they didn't. These fucking guys, they sing in a barbershop. The fuck do they know about any of that shit? They never seen a contract in their life. Okay, they know scissors, combs, and that's the 3 things they know in life. They flunked out of school. Maybe the schizophrenic guy was like a rocket scientist. I don't know. I'm just like those details don't matter. But now let's say the schizophrenic guy from the Destones stops doing and then start, it's 60s, so they all start doing shrooms and LSD and all that shit, and he's just sitting down at a piano and he writes fucking, some kind of like something that Rolling Stone will be like, this was the turning point in his career. He went from being to be taken seriously, and it becomes a song, and they play it when the ball fucking drops right after Imagine, and it's like, it's like infinite fucking plays, 10 million plays on the radio. You think he's fucking making any money on that? He's not making a fucking dime because he sold that shit off. Maybe after 35 million plays, like that, we've recouped it. We'll give you the fucking crumbs now. What was I'm trying to tie this back. We did Destones thing. How do we get into this? Musician thing. I'm lost. I would have to watch that back. I remember, how do we get from Karma Sutra to the barbershop people? What was the transition there? I just went down the stream and I fucking lost it. God damn it, Desy. God damn it. Anyway, I don't know where it'll come to me in like 5-10 minutes. But I don't know where I was going with that. Barbershop. No, go back. Karma Sutra thing. If I make, I think that's what I was saying. The equivalent of like if you gave me $500,000 for an OnlyFans to do Karma Sutra shit on camera. I'm talking about like 500, so we're including possibly asterisks. But I'm not. No, we're leaving that out. I gotta draw some lines. I'm a fucking sucker for money like everybody else. I'm just a little bitch to the fucking the system of numbers that acts like it's real when it's fucking not. Like I could probably make pretend money. Like that should be like a talent that I should pick up is counterfeiting. I'd be a good counterfeiter. Well, maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I. But I was gonna say I wouldn't make the bills look real. But it's not about bills. That's the whole thing. It's all digital now. So I just print out a sheet that says, yeah, you have what? You have $100. Add 2 fucking zeros. You have $10,000. I just have to trick some clown. Hey, I fucking knew this would happen. I fucking knew it. I in this thing knew it was gonna happen like that. I convinced this guy to sell me a car because I convinced him that my 100. I take away the decimal point. It says 100.00, and I just take that decimal point away. On fucking one of these apps. The editing's like that. It's a fucking decimal point. You color out the thing. You make it white so you can't see the dot. So then it looks like I have $10,000. I go and buy myself a fucking brand new car because I can prove, they're probably gonna do like a credit score. But I fucking fake that shit. Well, then I guess they go right to the source. They're not gonna ask me to submit the. I don't know. All I'm saying, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to be a 21st century counterfeiter. Maybe that's what I got to get into. It could be very lucrative. It could be very, very lucrative if there's a legitimate way that you can, just add zeros, like I said, add, thing, and get that to fucking work. And then it's like a chain thing. You buy one thing, you sell that one thing, and it gives you hard cash, then it gives you this, and you could do that, and then it snowballs into you having a fucking yacht. Like Richie Rich. Where was the Richie Rich angle going? Why was that? Why are we talking about Richie Rich? So you're a rich cunt. You want to pretend that you're a poor guy. Fuck. God damn it. I wish I had this. But so Richie Rich is gonna have to. The Richie Rich road has just come to a dead end, and it's gonna have to go right into the tree. So let's go back to the other shit. I think I was comparing the artist thing to. I feel like an artist because I just see the money and I'm like, oh, I'll take it. Not reading the fine print, not reading where hands, legs, toes, tongues have to go, and then regretting it for the rest of my fucking life because I do have standards. And I always praise myself, as being a guy who just had a fucking iron set of standards, unshakable. I praise myself saying, fuck your money, fuck whatever. Those are nice tits. Thank you for showing them to me. That doesn't mean that I'm about to, give you whatever the fuck you want. What do you want? You want my fucking, you want me to subscribe to some shit? You know what? Like I used to be able to pride myself in splitting my brain to say, hey, appreciate the tits and also don't subscribe to the magazine because you don't need it. You don't need it. If you come around with those nice tits, you don't have to have nice tits. You can have no tits at all. You can have no tits, or you could just be you could be a guy who's just like a genuine, whatever. Hey, and you're selling something nice. If you have nice tits, you're selling something nice. And what are you selling me? I can appreciate you as a person and listen to whatever bullshit that I don't need, that I probably will not buy from you. I can separate the two. Or at least I've always prided myself in doing that, because I say, hey, the principal guy, I'm built like a rock. You can't sway me. You're not gonna get me to do shit that I don't want. But I'm exploring this new territory of like, hey, let's not be open. I'm not open to shit for the sake of being open to shit. Obviously not. This is not like I need to get more open. No, I need to stay exactly how the fuck I am. It's my bank balance that needs to fucking change. And then it's kind of like I'm just trying to mentally explore, places where I thought, no, we can't do that because we believe that we're this and this is right. It's like, hey, you know what? Maybe a lot of that is negotiable. Maybe there's some wiggle room there. I'm just trying to find where that wiggle room is in ways that I haven't, looked into yet. Because, one life, not trying to waste it. Trying to I'm trying to like just put as much Des through the fucking wires, speakers, to everybody's. I want to annoy the shit out of you. If I start getting comments when I start putting this stuff out, that's like, I'm sick and tired of you. I will pat myself on the back. I hope you are so sick and tired of me. I hope you are so fucking sick. I hope it's like The Rock. Get it? And that was one of my notes for the week. Let's start talking about The fucking Rock. I don't have the sound connected, and maybe it's better that I don't have the sound connected so that you can't hear the diabolical. And it's like, were we expecting anything less? I've had it with this dude. I've had it with The Rock. I am fucking done with The Rock. I've never liked him really, but it was always like, all right, I'll deal with it. And then, hey, it's a cool story. Went from wrestler to thing. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Fuck The Rock. Fuck The Rock. I've had enough. It's like having the same bowl of soup every day for fucking 16 years. No more fucking soup. I'm gonna throw up all over the fucking place. Can he just find himself and say, oh, you know what I want to be now? I've done it all. You know what my next phase is? Buddhist monk. Okay, Buddhist monk, because oh god, fuck. Give me a second. All right, now we're back. Are we back? Stop doing that. I hate technology. I hate it all. Like I said, bring me back to caveman days. I would make a great caveman. I'd make a great Neanderthal. So what was I saying before I got rudely interrupted by that bullshit? The Rock. Fuck The Rock. It's like having this, like I said, it's like having the same bowl of soup 17 years in a row. Every day. I feel like, you know what it is? The way I feel about Rock, because you know what it is? The Rock is like the guy. Why is he successful? And you watch his fucking rap video now, this fucking absolute, just this bag of diarrhea mixed with pigeon shit. Pigeon diarrhea. It's a bag of pigeon diarrhea, this latest fucking Rock song. And would we have expected anything else? Anything else? Maybe I was kind of hoping I'd be mildly surprised that it wasn't going to be exactly what it was, which is hustle, work hard, I'm in the gym, and look at my fucking body, and this help, it's hard work, and this is how we fucking do. He's successful because he ticks off all, it's a system of incentives. We have this system of incentives and it's like, it's not one thing. People are like, what's the one thing? It's all these little things. It's like not one big question. It's like, are you yes or you no? Oh, so it's like all these little things on a day-to-day basis. Okay, and it's like little road. It's like, two options. We're going down the road. One, make a left, make a right. Okay, it's like build your own adventure, right? But at every time I build your own adventure, 80% of the time, it's like for Desy, like if I'm walking through this build my own adventure, it's like, you can choose to do this or you could do that, for whatever. And I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? Why would I go right? I'm clearly gonna go fucking left. And that's not a political fucking thing either. Shut up. It's like, okay, so flip it around. Up and down. up and down. Or he's not gonna go up, he's gonna go down. Okay, like, and then it's like anybody who's not like, who has no, like naturally most people would say, yeah, between these two options you go down, because that makes sense. Why would people go up? Oh, because they fucking stack the cards so that it's like, oh, it's more financially beneficial, or it's whatever, it wins you more of this, you get more followers, whatever the fuck it is, by going up. So everyone ends up going up against the natural fucking stream of things, right? And I'm saying, so there's like 1,000, I don't know if this makes any sense, I don't really give a shit. It makes sense in my head. So you have 1,000 of these little doors. You choose your direction, and then that goes to a new direction, whatever. This dude is open all the doors, and he opened all the right fucking doors to get to where he is, to his spot at the top, because he's toward the top. And like maybe in the grand scheme of things, he's not. Because again, is he top 50 people on the planet? No. There's a guy who does like Moet in France. He's way the fuck up there. You got fucking guys like well, a couple of these guys are dropping dead now. I was about to say some names of guys who are no longer with us. But you got the Elons, I mean, like people who the top is people who do like the wealth and the following and the public thing. It's called the personality, right? But then there's a lot of these hidden motherfuckers too who have no Instagram page but billions of fucking dollars. So would you rather be somebody like The Rock, who's got The Rock? But see what they're unlocking now is that if you have the guy with a 100,000 whatever 100 million followers on whatever the fuck, you can convert that. Because you say, hey, I have 100 million followers, I'm going to do The Rock dad jeans with fucking Levi's. Levi's The Rock dad jeans. And they're like 3 times the size of any jean you would wear. Who the fuck would wear? Again, perfect example. We're coming to the Rock dad jean door. You have 2 options when you go to the door. You go upstairs, you go downstairs. Upstairs means you buy The Rock dad jeans for $400 and look like a fucking doofus. Why would anybody fucking do that? Not Desy. The other option is you tell The Rock to go eat a bag of shit. And to fuck his dad jeans. To shove his dad jeans, literally to make a video of himself shoving his dad jeans up his asshole. I'll watch that shit. I'll pay the $400 that everyone's paying for the dad jeans for the video of him doing that. I would fucking gladly, I would clear my bank account out. The depths of what I would do, I was about to say some nasty shit that I would consider doing to earn the money or put myself in a horrible financial situation just to see that video. Because that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. But let's scroll back a little bit. You're at the door, you pick the right thing with that, that's where we're at, right? With the Rock dad jeans. But now, again, nobody on the fucking in the right mind, right sober mind would fucking do that, but because it's The Rock's put his name on it, he's got 100 million followers, even if it becomes a fucking meme. This is what I'm talking about. This is where you just win anyway. Well, say it's like the Ronaldo statue or some shit, and it just gets memed to death, and people are like, yo, you look like a fucking doofus with The Rock jeans on. You're going to have 1 million, so you need 1% of 100 million followers to buy the stupid fucking, triple XL, quadruple XL things when you're like a 5'5" ballerina. You need 1% of your followers to buy that shit at $400. Again, I'm not doing math, but $400 times what? $1 million? $400 million in sales. And that's honest sales. And then you have all these ironic motherfuckers, all these clowns on the internet who are like, oh, because I'm too good for this, and I said silly fucking The Rock. Aren't I so much? Why don't I buy a pair ironically? So then you have like another 1 million in ironic purchases. And then because it's ironic, and then like because he says, and then all his fucking buddies, all the Rock buddies, like Kevin Hart starts fucking wearing it, and then it's like he's fucking drowning in it, like the pant is bigger than it goes above his head, and that's like small, whatever, you know what I mean? And he's always, and then so now you're going from 100 million followers to 200 million followers, and then it's a chain, because no man is an island, and especially not in 100 million followers land. So it becomes a chain and it becomes a trend, and before you know it, everyone's wearing a fucking the dad jeans. Even if they meant it on purpose, and then after a while people get used to it because that's how fucking trends work. And now everyone's wearing these fucking things. That's how shit. There's nothing, you can't lose. And then so now you have $1 billion fucking dollars off of selling this bullshit that you probably didn't even come up with. Maybe you came up with it because you think I write every idea down because you got to do it. And I'm really, because you were driving your fucking fancy car down the street, like, yeah, people will love this. Blah, blah, blah. And you talk to the agents, and the agents like, that's not going to work. Can somebody tell him that that's a really stupid idea? People go like, just listen to him because he's a visionary. He's not. He's a visionary, and but then because he has that following, like no one's going to be like, that's a stupid idea, unfollow, and he's not going to go down to like 1 million followers. It's just not going to happen. Like, there's no way for him to lose. You can't lose. He can't lose. The Rock can't lose. I'm trying to say there has to be a way that he can fucking lose. Because I'm fucking sick and tired of this motherfucker. And it's the same shit. Like I said, hard work. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Everybody fucking works hard. Everybody works hard. The guy cleaning the toilet works hard. Okay, there's a construction site 2 fucking blocks away. Those guys are, and they might be slack. It's hard work. That's hard work. I am so fucking sick and tired of hearing these fucking, if he was interesting, it's like if with like McGregor, if he fucking went around saying, like, it's hard work, but it's a bit, like, at least he's interesting, at times at least. I'm entertained. What is entertaining about this guy? What is entertaining? He doesn't have a sense of humor. His sense of humor is dressing up in a fucking fat suit. Remember, he thought that was like, and you just see it in his face. I think I have dementia because I think I've said this before on thing. I don't really like look back to see whatever. We'll look back and see if I've said this before. But if I'm repeating myself, I don't give a shit because it's relevant to the context. He thinks that he did that movie. And you could tell, you could tell what percent it was going to get. Not that you should go off the metrics of what a movie gets on Rotten Tomatoes and all this kind of shit. But you knew it was going to get like a 10% max. Maybe the audience thing would be like a lot higher than that. Oh, it was a great movie. I really laughed my ass off. That was part where he was in a fat suit in the shower. I'm not implying that they have to be from the South. I could have just done a Brooklyn accent there too. Oh, he's saying everybody's Hicks. Oh, okay, so let me change that. Desy types, hey, it was a stupid fucking movie, but hey, he dressed up in a fucking fat suit and thing, and it was good laugh. My kids were laughing, they got their sugar rush because they bought a soda that was 127 ounces. Go fuck yourself, Bloomberg. We win. Yeah, so, but it was a good movie. It was a good day out of it. The kids like day, and they've been locked away because of fucking bullshit. And so there you go. That's your audience review. Although half of that was just, so you can't really verbalize. If you had to transcribe, if you had to transcribe anything that I've said ever on this thing, good luck. I want to see one of those court people who do like the thing where it's like why is it? Do you think they'd have to type in really fast? But it's like a different set of keyboards, and they kind of go like wah 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 wah. It's more like they're doing like a spell. It's like more like wobbly. I guess they're typing whole words, but then you'd have to have a keyboard that has all the words in the English language. No, how does that work? Maybe that's what's a stenographer. Maybe Desy got to be a stenographer. But how did I get there? So I think I gotta take a step back. Oh, if you tried to transcribe, you'd be lost. You'd be fucking lost, and then you'd read back because maybe I'd like to think it makes more sense when you watch it. It probably doesn't. It probably doesn't because it's just it's just a pileup. It's like a big giant car pileup of like I said, shit you don't need in your life. You're never gonna have to come back to this and be like, there was a really interesting thing he said. I'm gonna have to clip that and it really changed my life. No, it's gonna be like, this would be a reminder. I'll inspire you in a negative way. Because you put this on and you'd be like, oh, my life sucks, but at least I'm not that guy. Because in addition to not having shit relative to, at least the heavy hitters on the planet, he's just mentally not stable. Mentally not stable. Like that's not. He likes to think that he's got genius that he needs to let flow. That's just mental illness. It's just a nonstop stream of mental illness. Thank God I don't have that. Thank God I'm just a step above that guy. So if that's how you're gonna use me, go ahead. That's fine. I'm more than fine with that. Bringing it back. Pump the brakes and fucking put the thing down, flip it and reverse it. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, The Rock sucks, piece of shit. Yo, the fucking movie. He did that movie in the fat suit, and you could tell in the shot, and then and people knew that was gonna be the selling point of the movie. You just fill the rest of the 90 minutes with utter dog shit. Just, have them doing this. And then just for the sake of it, just add $5 million of shit exploding. $10 million to the budget. Some, the car has to blow. Why? Just because why not? Could we give that $10 million to somebody who might have an interesting fucking story? We could. We could also just kind of blow our load and just prove that, we could blow whatever it is. You put some explosions, you put The Rock singing thing, and then the way he turned around and it's like, oh, it's The Rock in a fat suit going, and it's not funny. It's not fucking funny. And I'm not the king of what's funny and what's not funny. And I'm not here saying, I'm funnier than this. I'm probably not. I'm probably at the bottom of the barrel. I don't give a shit. It's not about my ego. It's about what I'm not talking about me in the place of this guy. I'm talking about me as an absorber of all this shit. And I'm a big fan, as you've seen before, I'm a big fan of change the channel. If you don't like it, change the channel. But there's a difference between somebody who's kind of saying things in the corner and, whatever, which you can kind of just mute or, say, hey, YouTube, stop sending me this guy. Even though there's some people that fall through the cracks there too. But The Rock, it's just like you get fucking, like, where are you going to go where you don't see that guy? Where are you going to go? Everything, like I said, he's got a bazillion followers. Everything he puts out on online gets a bazillion likes. And they're like, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen it? And I don't follow a bazillion people. So, so it still recommends me, like, the things, because I'm starting out with this. So, it recommends me a couple of people I need to see. And then it's like, yeah, and The Rock, 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 and The Rock. And I'm like, I'm just done. I'm done. Who do I have to talk to fucking cancel this guy out of my life? I want to change the channel. I can't change the channel. And I feel like we can't culturally change the thing as a channel until we admit this guy fucking sucks. And I don't care that he can rip me in half. I don't care that he can tear me to pieces. You're really going to say that about a guy who can fucking demolish? That guy could turn me into a powder with his hands. I don't give a shit. I don't care. That's not the point. He could turn me into a powder. You could have my funeral in a box where I won't even need to be cremated now because I'm already in powder form. All right? The job's been done. Everyone can be fucking laughing at me going, see what happened. Like, all that shit could happen. And guess what? He's still the truth is the truth, baby. The truth is the truth. It's between me and God. Okay? That's the kind of level we're talking about. God wants me to do this. God, I'm on my proverbial fucking mountaintop. And I'm like, God, I'm just navigating through this shit. I'm a miserable cunt. Like, are you in any way a miserable, like, cause they say what? They made me, you made me in your image, supposedly, allegedly, was made in your image. So are you a fucking mope like I am? Or was there something wrong with the formula that day? Did you put too much salt? What, and then maybe he goes back. He's like, "No, dude, like you're the only one, man." I just keep, I keep going back. I don't know why he just keeps taking that form in my imagination. But whatever. He goes, "No, you're the one who sees it clearly, man. And you know what? We got to do something about this Rock guy." He's like, "Yeah, but you know what? You made that guy too." It's like, "Yeah, but then he had an off day." So it's like, did he have an off day making me, or did he have an off day making The Rock? I'm gonna go ahead and say that he had an off day making The Rock. But then if he had an off day, then why do we keep seeing this guy? But it doesn't matter. The point is, it's become, I'll interpret it as my God-given duty to fucking, not take him out. I'm not trying to, I don't care, he's probably got kids, whatever. We're not getting violent. But just to say I'll be like the God, the Jesus thing. I will take the blame. I will have some fucking rock lunatic see this, because this is going to happen. They're not going to look at the good at Desy, which is nothing. I don't do anything good either. But they're not going to look at the positives. They're always going to find the negatives, and they're going to say, they're going to pump this out when I get the smallest bit of traction. The first $5 I make, the first time I get above having literally 0 followers, the first time it's like 100 people. Let's say I have 1,000 followers, which is nothing. Of course, like, again, 1% of that is what, 10? So 1% of 1% of that, 10%. I'm bad with numbers. One person out of 1,000 is a lunatic, which is, I think, a fair thing for any population pool in society, especially online. And even if you're someone who comes off as like a normal person in society, this becomes your forum to be just a fucking, like you can walk in as Steve in your fucking in your job, selling paper residue to whoever, I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. To 99-cent stores. You can be that fucking guy. How's the kids? And then just go home and be like the guy who, the New Zealand shooter in your spare time. And then somehow figure out a way to, to mesh those lives together. Probably a lot easier than you think. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so you have to, the at least 1 out of 1,000 in any situation is a fucking nutcase. Okay? Obsessive nutcase. So, and these are the people that get tailored to by the algorithms and shit, because they want to have this guy go fucking ballistic. So they're gonna be like, they're gonna find, the one guy, and then he sees someone I like, or that I did, and he likes, he's like, yeah, it's good stuff, man. And then it rewards him with what someone's gonna pick up on, oh, this guy has a little bit more. He just finally crawled out of the hole of just being drowning to the point where he's in a positive fucking net worth. And just as he gets that, they'll clip and say a bit of me saying, fuck The Rock. And most people are like, that's salty. He's being an asshole. Fuck that guy. But the one guy who's just, totally fucking Fruit Loops. Just absolutely like bananas, plantains, the whole fucking fruit shelf. and is beyond medications, beyond therapy, whatever, is gonna be like, that's my guy, that's the reason, he's the reason I wake up in the morning. And then all of a sudden I have a fucking thing. Just a spear through my fucking chest. Through my solar plexus. Just when I'm walking out to get coffee. This is what I'm talking about. But I don't care. I will martyr myself. I will martyr myself to the cause of truth. Because nobody else is saying it. Nobody else is saying fuck The Rock. Because we know what they say. They say, you see the video of his finger going sideways and he didn't feel pain? That guy's an animal. I wouldn't want to fuck with him. He can fucking destroy me. But you know what? If you keep making the rules that you're not going to say the truth around people, like at the end of the day, if there's 100 people in a town hall sitting and watching 2 people, and say the one guy sees that there's a fucking a nuke being an alien nuke. Say he's a science nerd and he's done all this research, and he sees there's an alien nuke just coming right towards the fucking planet. But he's maybe he's on the spectrum. Maybe he's got like bad social skills. Maybe he's just nervous. Maybe whatever. Maybe he's just really insecure. Maybe whatever it is. But he's kind of like, like everybody. There's a nuke heading towards the planet. And then this other fucking clown who has no fucking brains, like a rock type, just has no fucking brains, and is going, shut up, nerds. Like, everything's fine. Like, he wants to scare you, and then like because of his fucking charisma, and everyone's gonna be, because that's how he knows how to rile up the crowd. Whereas this guy never fucking paid a cent of whatever, and then the crowd's gonna go, that doesn't make the thing not happen, and then the whole shit gets blown up. Why? Because this guy fucking was trying to tell you, but instead of practicing his skills of leadership in the mirror like fucking Hitler, I'm not saying Rock is Hitler. But instead of fucking practicing his charisma things and looking at how, instead focusing on the actual thing, he hasn't been able to convince you, and you're like, oh, what a little fag, what a little pussy, blah, 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 I'm not going to believe him. Guess who's right at the end of the day? This is what I'm talking about. I'm not more right because I say shit with more authority, right? I'm not more right. What's right is what's right. That alien fucking bomb shit doesn't give a shit how many pull-ups you did that day. Okay, so if I gotta fucking take the consequences, like I said, I'm rolling with the fact that no one's ever gonna see this, and if I do, then it's like a double-edged sword, because then I'll gain some. It means I've gained some traction, but then just as I've gained some traction, they'll clip this and show this and say, oh, he hates The Rock, and everyone's gonna start throwing fucking mango smoothies at me wherever I go. I gotta clean off my fucking windshield even though I don't fucking drive. All this kind of shit. Okay, they'll put fucking twigs in my bike wheels. Even though I don't even fucking take the bike anymore. I don't do anything. I don't go anywhere anymore. Maybe this is why. Maybe if I went more places, I'd be more like content and not just cursing out the fucking Rock to a fucking camera in my walls. Maybe I'd be a little bit more mentally stable. But then again, if I go out into the fucking planet, that I'm increasing the likelihood that I will expose myself to a Rock poster or a Rock banner or a Rock something or somebody talking about The Rock. I'm done. I don't rock Dwayne Johnson. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm done. He's got no range as an actor. It was cute for the first couple movies. I'm fucking done. And now he's rapping. Or some sad excuse for rap. There's already too many rappers. I'm already so sick of rap. And it's not because it's rap specifically. I'm so sick of all music. But like, I'm sick of all music, movies, it's the same fucking thing. But something about rap in particular, it's like everyone just gets on things like, things are struggle. It's like, I got it. I understand that it's a struggle. Even if you didn't come from a hard spot, there's a struggle in your mind. Everyone has a struggle. Saying it's a struggle is not fucking profound. You're not fucking Gandhi. You're just a dude who's trying to get clout in a selfish way. And you're like, what do the people want to hear? They want to hear either, oh, I'm rich, which you're not because you rented that shit for the video, or, oh, it's a struggle. Everyone's trying to come together. It's a struggle, blah, 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 peace and love. And everyone's like, wow, that's weird, because you've seen it 300 times before. So you see it 300 first time, you're like, hey, that guy learned how to fit the mold. So it's already have too many rappers. Everyone's a rapper. Stop being a rapper. Okay, that's number one. I'm gonna start being a rapper because why not? Because everyone's a rapper. Everyone's like, I'm a temporary sales clerk. I only temporarily, sell staples to people at Staples. It's funny because Staples, their shop's called Staples. But that's only temporary because my name is MC Words, and I'm gonna hit you with the truth. It's like, you're not gonna hit me with the truth. You're not gonna hit me with the truth. And the truth is, most great people, whatever, some people are just born with greatness. Most people have to get to greatness, so yeah, it takes the 5 years for you to get your shit together and whatever. But at the end of the tunnel, like even after the 5 years, most of you, it's like you just have nothing to say. And I can see how this, he's racially thing because he's talking about hip hop. It's like, first of all, half these guys are white now. Half of the guys in fucking Bulgaria. Although I would listen to Bulgarian rap. But you have all these guys in Wisconsin now who you're from small town Wisconsin. Hey, it's like, no, you don't talk like that. I know you don't talk like that. Eminem probably maybe that got pushed a bit too. But he might talk like because he grew up in a trailer park. So maybe if you're from a trailer park, but I'm not talking about trailer park people. I'm talking about well-off people from fucking Wisconsin. Well, people from South Dakota. There's too much rap. There's too much rap because that's the easiest. There's too much EDM shit. There's too much rap. There's too much content. There's too much content. So here comes Desy on top of all of that to add more content. So my two options are with this whole thing: die in anonymity because there's just a bazillion things, and so most the odds will say no one's ever gonna see this, or wipe everybody out and become the king. But it's gonna be hard to do. To be the king of all media if we're setting ourselves up for failure, because the second we get any sort of traction, there's going to be... But maybe people... Maybe if I'm speaking... Here's the thing. If I'm speaking the truth, although I don't know what the public's appetite for the truth is. That's the thing. I don't know how... Like, if I start saying fuck The Rock, or a bunch of people saying like, like I just didn't have the balls to say it because his finger was bent, and I knew that if he could recover from that finger, he could literally just put his two fingers like up through my nostrils and then go, and then like my brain would just be like a milkshake. So I never wanted to say anything. Or maybe I threw a little stone, in an anonymous Twitter account, whatever, and nothing ever happened. But maybe I rile up this kind of hidden, the silent majority. The silent majority of anti-rock sentiment. Maybe I tap into something. Most likely I don't. Most likely because everyone wants to just fit in, and you can't be seen as tackling the cool guy who can kick the shit out of you. But I will say I will be the martyr. Okay, I will be the martyr. Fuck The Rock. I'm done. Fuck, and you know what? Fuck Kevin Hart. And you know what? You know why I say fuck Kevin Hart? I got a special thing with Kevin Hart. And again, he hustles. He's in too many things. Too many things. And if you get past the point where I can't block you from thing because I can continue to see you, I can block you off social. I can't block you off the bus stop advertisement. I can't do that. I can't block you out of people's conversation. If I can't live a life without you, that's fucking monopoly shit. You're a fucking monopoly. And again, just the kid. He's got more talent than the other guy. That's for sure. But my agenda with him, he does this, he does that. He's a stream of income, millions and millions of dollars. And on top of all that, he's got to do an ad for Chase Freedom. And why do I know specifically because I have that card. Because why do I have an agenda? Because fuck that card. Because fuck Chase Freedom. Okay? What's the federal interest rate right now? It's like 0. It's between 0 and 1, I believe. Federal interest rate is between 0 and 1. You're charging me 20%. I had that shit cleared off because I said, you know what? I'm not paying 20%. I'm done. I'm done paying 20%. I'm leaving that shit blank. I'm not touching that card. I can't close it out because then if I close it out, then my credit score goes down. Because that's how stupid it is. I'm done. I don't need this anymore. Close it out. Bam. We're taking you from whatever to 100 points lower than that. Thank you, America. That's a great genius fucking system you got going there. Fantastic. And also a genius system to be able to say, can I go get I used, what is it, 0.5%? Or 5%, whatever. Yeah, 0.5% APR. Can I get that rate? Oh, no, you got to go through the banks. Okay, well, what do the banks charge me? Fucking 40 times that? 40 fucking times that. Why? Because they're a private... So I have to go through the private company. That's who creates the money, but they're a private company. And I got to go through... I can't get the money directly from the source. So I have to go through that. But they're also a private company, so they can set whatever rates is whatever thing. Because, because anybody can just go start a fucking bank. Ralph's Bank, because Ralph's Bank is gonna compete with fucking Chase Freedom. So they got overhead, right? They got overhead. They have fucking all this shit they have to spend money on. They have to do these bullshit conferences where they get Jimmy Buffett and Chelsea Clinton and whoever to come in and speak and say, and then they have the guys riling up. It's for morale and I love working for Chase Bank and blah blah blah. And they overpay on fucking concessions. They buy what is it? Like you go get a bag of M&Ms for $1. So like you 1,000 bags of M&Ms that are $1, so that should cost you $1,000. And if you're doing wholesale, you get like 500. But because they just everyone says that's where the wealth is, you fucking bang them out, and it's $50,000 for 1,000 bags of M&Ms, and they'll fucking pay for it because they're just rolling in cash, even though they crashed the whole fucking world economy. They're still just killing it. right? So they'll pay the $50,000 for the M&Ms, right? But this is the overhead. So now they have we have overhead, we have costs, and blah, blah, blah. So now we have to pay for that. That's why you can't be giving you 0.5%. Bullshit. And then, like, I was waiting. Cleared the account out, and I said, hey, and I called them one day. I'm like, you gotta do something about this rate. This rate is no bueno for me. And they're like, well, yeah, did you get anything in the mail? I'm like, no, I didn't get it. They're like, well, your income. Okay, so my income. So, okay, so because I'm not worth $500,000, because I didn't just wake up overnight and just have all of a sudden fucking, like I said, $500,000 sit in my account. So I'm in a state where I would need to have more credit, so I can't have it until I have the money, which means I wouldn't need more credit. That's another fucking genius system. Great job, whoever devised this whole fucking. It's really going well. Like the way you have all these incentives. All these incentives working, right? But anyway, 20%, we got to pay for the overhead. So overhead, what is it? It's $50,000 bags of fucking M&Ms, and it's also commercials with Kevin Hart. So Kevin Hart is my overhead. Why are you in this fucking credit trap? You're in a trap. That's what it is. I'm trapped. Why? Because I got to pay for Kevin Hart's fucking thing, because he doesn't have enough money, clearly. And he's not in enough movies. Because he and The Rock can get together whenever the fuck they want. They're watching their daughters do hopscotch. We should do a hopscotch movie with grown men. Well, we'll call it hopscotch. Kevin Hart and The Rock are in hopscotch. And you see them, they're jumping from a rope. 40-year-old men don't do that. Here's my $50. $2 billion in the box office. Rotten Tomatoes, 5%. It doesn't fucking matter. It's a fucking racket. And no one's putting the pin in this balloon that is the racket. So maybe it's an unstoppable force. Okay, just before we get to that, I'm not singling Kevin Hart out because everyone's doing a bank commercial now. Even who's doing the fucking Alec Baldwin, Samuel L. Jackson, Jennifer Garner. You know who I saw? Was that one Jones, Quincy Jones' daughter? She was the one doing all the Obama shit. She was like doing Obama and this and that, and then we were progressive. We must change everything's like liberal cushy thing. City, because I have that fucking card too. Cause I got fucking bills, right? So I got that fucking card too. And she's all this and let's be this and let's be progressive. Bank commercial. Get Desy on a fucking bank commercial. You know what I'll do? I'll gather all these guys. I'll gather all these clowns. And it doesn't matter if I like you or not. Samuel L. Jackson. Who doesn't like Samuel L. Jackson? But you're doing a fucking bank commercial. And those are the cards that are fucking me in the ass. And I'm trying to call them to get a lower rate. Do you have $1 million? No. Well, then you gotta wait for the fucking whatever they send you in the mail. That's it. And because we gotta pay off our people. Who, like I said, it's this and this, and then it's our salary, our devoted team, who do nothing. I'm talking about paper shufflers, do nothing. Do abs contribute? What do they contribute? Nothing. Zero to society. They contribute nothing. So it's all a fucking house of cards, right? But it's a house of cards that's squashing me, because where else am I going to go? Where else am I going to go to get credit? Where else am I going to go? I've heard about this credit union shit. I'll look into it. I didn't know about this. So, but even then, it's not zero. Am I getting directly from the source? No. So I gotta pay for the lavish dinners of Kevin Hart and crew. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all those guys, take all those actors, we're gonna carve their face out. I'm gonna put my face on it. Teach me, everybody that I just shat on. Teach me, show me where to go. Who do you hire? I can sell the shit out of a bank card. I'll tell you exactly what you can use it for, and I'll tap into a market because there's so many unbanked people. Now we're getting the gears going. There's so many unbanked people in America. So what you do is you say, you bring a laser pointer and some bullshit pie chart, and you say, this is our target demographic because so many people here are untapped into. Basically meaning we can fucking fleece all these cunts. We can fleece them all. We can expand at a dramatic rate. You didn't think you can get any bigger? Watch this shit. Bring Desy on board, and I'll tap in, and it'll be like a crack dealer. I will make this whole thing suffer more for your expense. At our expense for your gain. I'll frame it because you have these clowns who haven't had a regular slice of pizza in 20 fucking years, and then when they do, they get put on a wall. I'm sure some of them walk in, like you see the pizzerias where all the stars are on the wall. I'm sure they walk in something like oh, I'm gonna be seen like oh, you want a photo of me? Oh, let's go, okay. But I haven't had a real slice of pizza in 20 years. I'm gonna tell you how to spend your money. I'll tell you they should have like things that are borderline illicit. With this Chase card, we've been most people have been hesitant to allow you to rent money for hookers, but there's a asterisk thing, and now you can use your Chase card to pay for sex, and I will fucking I will communicate that message to the masses. Only if you're paying me some kind of Kevin Hart money, or at least enough to counteract the fucking stupid APR that I gotta pay on this shit. To pay for his meals. So fuck Kevin Hart, fuck The Rock, but also get in touch with me if you're either of those guys. Send me an agent. I'll send you some headshots. Oh, by headshots, I mean I'm going to crop your face out of the commercials. I'm going to put my face on the commercials, and I'm going to add a little thing. I'll shoot a little video to say, here's how we're going to send it, here's how we're going to market it to the masses. And then we'll do like some hybrid, and then we'll get you guys to do just another 5 movies that'll make another bazillion dollars, and you don't even have to change anything in your formula because it's a formula that fucking works until somebody says that it doesn't. So maybe I'm also like, maybe I also just need to be assassinated because I'm killing the wealth, because now somebody would have had a job doing lighting in Orange County or whatever, traveling from Orange County to this thing to do lighting for the sets, and that was their gig, and they fucking despised the movie, but hey, it put food on the table, and now that shit's gone because Desy has popped the illusion. I don't think so. I think you're in the clear. And if you give me a bank commercial thing, and I get that kind of bank commercial money, because I'm assuming it's going to be kind of nice. And again, I'm not doing this if a fee's not involved. No fee, no des. Okay? But if that's the case and I have a bit of dough, then I'll hire you. You'll be my lighting. I need technical support at all times. Okay? At all times. You can tell because I'm always kind of like, when I wake up, I'm like, will I have it in me? Will I have it in me to bring the rage out? Because it's different. When I'm talking to a wall, which is usually, like, I can get as aggressive and whatever as I want. But sometimes I'm afraid if I turn the thing on and I'm not in the mood, that I won't capture the essence of what I'm, like, truly feeling. But give me a good, like, technical problem, technical issue at the start, which is always, and I am right in the zone. So maybe I don't need my own lighting guy. Maybe it's the punishment, and I'm not talking about, like, I know punishment, oh, you're safe in your bedroom. There's people literally having to walk across coals somewhere in fucking Angola. In some tribe in Angola, and they got to walk across a field of coals to survive, and then they do it, and then they get their head sliced off by an axe anyway. So count your blessings, and I get it. But to me, it's like paper cuts, death by 1,000 paper cuts. Everything's a fucking paper cut. That's the story of my life. Am I getting my head chopped off? No. Am I having my balls stuffed in my mouth? No. But it's like ongoing. Like little. Which one's gonna be the straw that broke Desy's back? I don't know. I think I'm gonna put it back right there. I think that was pretty high octane, and I don't know if any of that made sense. Probably won't, but whatever. Next week, maybe we'll have a. This was because I had 2 months of just collected animosity that I just finally let loose as a birthday treat again for the big man. It's a birthday treat to let myself go. Maybe this is the one slice of the Desy sandwich, or the slice and the smelly tuna. Now next week, maybe we'll like I said, we'll take it back down a little bit. Probably not. Let's be honest, probably not. But maybe I'll see things from a different angle. Maybe I'll sleep on it and say, you know what, that really wasn't fair. But I don't think so. I think I hit on a deeper truth that I said like I was saying that God put me on this earth to fucking tell. So if that's it, the slimmest of possibilities, even if that's what I was meant to do, you're welcome, God, or whoever is in charge. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it there. We're getting good with the hour now to fit it into the hour. We're getting tighter, more concise, cutting out some of the fat. Speaking of trimming the fat, now I'm just rambling on and extending the fat content of this video. So before I even get to do that, how about do widzenia?